Good morning. So, we will continue with coordinators. We have been talking about some of the basic conjunctions and coordinators and linking devices such as and but and for and because in the previous lecture. Um, Today we are just going to do some extension of it. So, you should know that talking about coordinators and also learn this new word discourse markers. Whether in speech or in writing, our aim is to help people understand our basic message. So, we have to do the signal words, we have to use the signal words, how one idea leads to another. So, there should be a kind of transition, and these words are like signposts, one idea leading to another. Words such as well, really, now, they signal a new start in thought. Now, I will show you this particular slide, take a look at it, read it. While vaudeville is a kind of an act, a theatrical act, usually featured 9 variety acts centered on a headliner. Burlesque, and burlesque is another kind of an act, borrowed heavily from the structure of the minstrel shows. In fact, both minstrel shows and burlesque used a 3-act structure, and the second and third acts were identical. The olio followed by a 1-act parody or burlesque of a popular play. So, look at this continuing. So, who was the first stand-up? Another incredible artist whose name has eluded history, just like the first painter or the first poet. However, he is an artist whose legacy lives every time a stand-up steps on stage. Let us go on, go back to it, the same passage. While, so while is a discourse or coordinator, is it marks, it signposts a shift in thought from whatever has been said about vaudeville in the previous paragraph. We do not know what the previous paragraph is. See, in exams and all situations like that, you are not going to get complete text. You are going to get it somewhere in the middle or somewhere in the from the conclusion. So, you have to be very alert to these things. So, this passage is not about vaudeville per se. It so while is one word, usually is another. Look at in one sentence you have all these signposters, we have conjunctions, coordinators. Centered on a headliner, burlesque borrowed heavily from the structure of the minstrel show. In fact, is another. Now, it is adding, is continuing the same idea, yeah, expanding the same idea which has been stated earlier. They are talking about minstrel shows. So, in fact, minstrel shows and burlesque used a 3-act structure, and is another coordinator conjunction, and the second and third acts were identical. The olio followed by a 1-act parody of a popular play. So is another. Who was, so is another example of a conjunction. Who was the first stand-up? Another incredible artist whose name has eluded history, just like the first painter or the first poet. So, or is another, it joins, and however is a contrast marker. This also is an example of coordinator. Another as well. So many coordinators, linking words, linking devices which are marking the shift from one sentence to another. So, look at the way sentences have coordination between sentences and between paragraphs. Okay, so, this is the way good writing should proceed. And now, since I have identified and since I have drawn your attention to all these words, we are looking at the coordinators, but see how well written the entire passage is. It does not really scream like here is a conjunction or a coordinator. Okay. That is the quality of a well written passage. There should be linking words, there should be discourse devices, but they should be in an inobtrusive way. They should not be. So, instead of saying and but or therefore and since and because, use a variety, however, or, so, another. Okay. So, those are the expressions, those are the words that give variety to your writing. Now, look at this another sample text. Look at the slide. Elsewhere, all the coordinators have been highlighted for you. The mountainous terrain of Norway's interior resembles the ramparts of so many natural fortresses and yields to rocky coastal islands that rise improbably from the waters like apparitions. And then, of course, okay, so this entire thing is a coordinate. There is the primeval appeal of the Arctic. Look at another sample. Berlin is a big multicultural metropolis, but deep down it maintains the unpretentious charm of an international village. Locals follow the credo, live and let live, and put greater emphasis on personal freedom and a creative lifestyle than on material wealth and status, and should also have been highlighted. So, look at only but and. In the previous passage you have and, then of course and elsewhere. So, a variety of coordinators. Remember, linking adverbs, is that what we are talking about now? So, a linking adverb relates to the previous clause or sentence. For example, you can say size wise Berlin is pretty big, but its key areas are wonderfully compact and easily navigated on foot, by bike or by using public transport. Okay, so, how Berlin pretty big, but key areas are wonderfully compact and easily navigated on foot, by bike or by using public transport. So, so many linking devices and they are all relating to the previous clause or sentence. We use linking adverbs for ordering, arranging and listing also. For example, using firstly, secondly, in conclusion. So, for example, we can say there are two reasons. Firstly, I am not interested, and secondly, I am not in town during the time. Look at the slide here. So, I have given you a list of examples how linking devices can be used in adverbial settings. So, for ordering, arranging and listing, please read the slides, look at the sentences here. Second one, in August of that year, now this is another linking device. In August of that year, it is an adverbial denoting time. The privileged bureaucratic elite of the Soviet Union deployed 200,000 Warsaw Pact troops to put an end to the Prague Spring. A few days later, again a linking device, an adverbial link. Students were battered by Mayor Daley's Democrat police in Chicago as they cried, "The whole world is watching." Next slide please, please look at it. Summing up. When you want to sum up, when you want to conclude, when you want to end, so you use in conclusion. I would like to say that it has been a wonderful experience. Now, it should not be experiences, it has been a wonderful experience. To summarize, the future prospects look very good. Next slide please. These are more words that signal summary and generalization. For example, overall, in all, altogether, in short, generally, etc. Look at this slide. Linking words can also help in rephrasing. We are not sure about this. In other words, we have to hear from the president till the results are out. Next word, to put it in another way, rather, better. Okay. So, these are other kinds of rephrasing devices that we can use to put it in another way, rather, better. look at this one, correcting. I will see you tomorrow, then, or rather on Sunday. You are correcting yourself, you are changing your mind. I will see you tomorrow, then, it is not the then, or rather on Sunday. Let us look at this example. So, giving examples, when we want to give examples, there are lots of electives one can choose from. There is communication, for example. Take the Danes for instance. True, they claim to be the happiest people in the world, but why no mention of the fact that they are second only to Iceland when it comes to consuming antidepressants. Examples and explanations can also be used by giving by using the terms such as namely, that is, okay, namely like VIZ, you know the abbreviation, that is. Okay, so, all these are permissible and allowed. Let us look at this slide. When you want to pick up or start a topic, talking of rains, do you think it is going to rain more than last year in our city? Talking of rains, you are picking up a topic. Well, what more can you say about that? So, these are also linking adverbs. And let us look at this line. I have to study tonight. Tomorrow is the exam after all. So, you are supporting your statement. Why should you study tonight? After all, tomorrow is my exam. So, supporting a statement. Look at this line, comparing. To compare ideas, use the following structures, similarly, likewise, in the same way also. And then you can use phrases like, alike, similar, equal, comparable. This is how you drape this gown. This one can be worn in the same way. So, comparison. Now, coming to discourse markers. Discourse markers are words or phrases like anyway, right, okay, as I say, to begin with, etc. We use them to connect, organize and manage what we say or write, or just to express attitude. Attitude, emotions, like saying really, all right, yeah. So, they are expressing attitudes and emotions. Look at this slide, how to use discourse markers in speech. We often come across these words in spoken, everyday spoken language. Anyway, like, right, you know, fine, now, so, I mean, good, oh, well, as I say, great, okay, mind you, for a start, sort of, kind of. Now, what is so unique about these expressions? They are best used in spoken English, and I repeat, terms such as you know, fine, like, sort of, kind of, mind you, okay, well, so they are best used in spoken and not written communication. It is okay to write, to use these phrases and expressions when you are sending emails to your friends or in a very informal situation, but not when you are appearing for a competitive exam. In spoken English, these are examples of good communicative devices, but not for writing. Let us look at this slide and look at some of the well accepted coordinators. Firstly, in addition, moreover, on the other hand, secondly, in conclusion, on one hand, to begin with. Okay? So, those are the kinds of things or expressions that you can use without any hesitation. Now, let us look at this exercise and then we will solve it together. You are expected to identify the discourse markers here. Why do the Danes score so highly on international happiness surveys? Well, they do have high levels of trust and social cohesion and do very nicely from industrial pork products, but according to the OECD, they also work fewer hours per year than most of the rest of the world. As a result, productivity is worryingly sluggish. How can they afford all those expensively foraged meals and hard knitted woolens? Simple, the Danes also have the highest level of private debt in the world, 4 times as much as the Italians. To put it into context, enough to warrant a warning from the IMF while more than half of them admit to using the black market to obtain goods and services. Look at the key idea also. See, we are often told that the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Denmark, they are the happiest. So, they also always rank very high on all these surveys which are taken to measure happiness, personal happiness, individual happiness, happiest places to live in, or happiest, where can you find happy people and all. So, why are they so high? Why are the Danes so high on international happiness surveys? Okay, so that is the central idea, and the article is out there to contradict this statement. That is not, surveys may say one thing, but facts point towards another direction. So, let us look at Saul sample of the same passage. Why do the Danes score so highly? So, on international happiness surveys, well, they do have high levels of trust and social cohesion. Please note the very elegant way the expression well has been used here. Okay, so, it is not giving an impression of being very informal. It is a formal piece of writing, it is a journalistic piece of writing, still it has a very formal quality to it, and well is quite suitable and do very nicely from industrial pork products, but according to the OECD, they also work fewer hours per year. As a result, productivity is worryingly sluggish. Simple, the Danes also have the highest level of private debt in the world, 4 times as much as the Italians. To put it into context, enough to warrant a warning, while more than half of them admit to and services. So, and should also be in the goods and services, and should also be there as an example of coordinator. Now, let us look at second exercise. You have to do the same thing, identify the discourse markers. In the Scandinavian countries, like all other developed nations, the means of production are primarily owned by private individuals, not the community or the government, and resources are allocated to their respective uses by the market, not government or community planning. While it is true that the Scandinavian countries provide things like a generous social safety net and universal health care, an extensive welfare state is not the same thing as socialism. And here is the solved sample for you. In the Scandinavian countries, like all other developed nations, the means of production are primarily owned by private individuals, not the community or the government, and resources are allocated to their respective uses by the market, not government or community planning. While it is true that the Scandinavian countries provide things like a generous social safety net and universal health care, an extensive welfare state is not the same thing as socialism. Let us move on to do another exercise, identify the linking signals. 1968 also signified the renaissance of culture, particularly affecting artists, musicians, students and the middle layers in society. But more importantly, the re-emergence of the working class after the seeming torpor. What is torpor? Torpor is like status and social stability associated with the rebirth of capitalism in the post 1945 period. It should never be forgotten that the revolutionary events of 1968 developed despite the 1950–75 world economic boom not having exhausted itself. Indeed, Paul Krugman in his recent book The Conscience of a Liberal quotes the author Tom Wolfe writing of the US economy in 1968 as a magic economy. Go through the passage and then we will look at the solved exercise. Now, this is what we get. Look at the slide please. 1968 also, which means the passage begins from somewhere in between. So, do not panic when you get an example like this in your exams. The renaissance of culture, renaissance you should know, it is a rebirth. rebirth of culture, particularly affecting artists, musicians, students and the middle layers in society. But more importantly, the reemergence of the working class after the seeming torpor and social stability associated with the rebirth of capitalism in the post 1945 period. It should never be forgotten that the revolutionary events of 1968 developed despite the 1950-75 world economic boom not having exhausted itself. Indeed, Paul Krugman in his recent book The Conscience of a Liberal quotes the author Tom Wolfe writing of the US economy in 1968 as a magic economy. So, look at the variety also and but despite indeed. So, how do you link subordinate clauses? You already know what are clauses, what are subordinate clauses, what are coordinate clauses. Subordinate clauses are those where there is dependent and independent clause. Now, remember that and, words like and, conjunctions like and or can link subordinate clauses. For example, if you say, I wonder whether you should speak to her personally or whether it is better to call her. These are two subordinate clauses linked by or. Such linking is not possible with most conjunctions. If you use just but as a conjunction, but is always restricted to linking a maximum of two clauses and can link only certain types of subordinate clauses. Remember, when you talk about linking of more than two clauses, you should know that unlike but and or can link more than two clauses. But is very restrictive. For example, Hari might take them by car, Anu might go with them by bus, or her brother might order a taxi for them. There is a sentence, if you look at a sentence like this can be interpreted that Hari might take them by car or Anu might go with them by bus or her brother might order a cab or a taxi. Okay. So, or is very handy here, useful. You also have the type either or and neither nor, correlatives. So, either or, when you look at either or anticipates the alternative introduced by or. She is either bored or terribly tired. You also have both and type of coordinators. In such structures, both anticipate the addition introduced by and in neither nor, neither negates the first clause and anticipates additional negation introduced by nor. I neither like or drink coffee nor tea. So, this is the way, this is the common way that you have to use coordinators. We have just given you introduction in the first lecture for this period, this week and also today. So, keep revising your coordinators and try to use them as much as possible in your everyday writing and particularly revise them thoroughly for your exam purposes. I also wanted to draw your attention to that interesting sentence when I was reading, showing you the passage where we came across the sentence, why do the Danes score so highly on the International Happiness Survey or Index? Now, who are these Danes? Danes are nationalities, okay, nationalities of people of Denmark. So, Danes, the Danes are like this community of people, several. When we say Danish, Danish is anything related to Denmark, but when we talk about nationality, you use the word Danes, a Dane, the Danes. So, let us practice adjectives related to nationalities. For example, and also be very careful that you say the Danes, the Indians, the Russians, the Asians, people of this from this part of the world, the Europeans. But if I say something like I teach American literature, it is American literature, we cannot say the American literature. I cannot say I like the English, we have to say I like English when you talk about English as a language. So, here is an exercise, a very simple exercise. Please take a look at the slide here. These are the countries and make nationalities, identify the nationalities of these countries. We have Turkey, Japan, Germany, Greece, Finland, Brazil, the Netherlands, Israel, Iraq, Slovakia, Switzerland, Sweden. Take a moment. And here are the answers. Please take a look at the slide. Turkey, from Turkey we get Turk, the Turks, Japan, the Japanese, a Japanese, Germany, a German, the German, Greece, a Greek, the Greeks, Finland, the Finnish, Brazil, Brazilian, the Netherlands or Holland, people are called the Dutch, Israel, the Israelis, Iraq, Iraqis, or the Iraqis, Slovakia, you have Slovak, you do not have Slovakians. And from Switzerland we get the Swiss, and Sweden gives us Swedes, the Swedes. Please look at the slide here for grammar and for coordination. These are the websites that I have consulted. You may also find them useful. So, thank you very much.